Sagittarius, own it or run. Either way, the lie is caught. Keeping your head down is not what you think it is. Let's do it. Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you guys so much for joining me here and welcome to my table. If you're new here, hello, my name is Zachary. It's nice to meet you. And if you're returning, it's good to see you guys again. Pull up a chair, my friends. I did save you a seat. So, my Sagittarius friends and friends of Sagittarius, it's good to see you guys again. It's been a minute, I know. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. So, I have a very interesting message here as it is coming together. Let's get into it. I did pull some oracle cards we'll get into here in a second, and there is also a sacred symbol that came through today. So, love it when symbols come through. Do we want to start there? We do want to start here. Okay, so we'll start with the symbol here, and then I'll get into the channel messages. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to show the camera here, the symbol. Feel free to pause it so that you can draw it out. This one is called Raucous Riot. And hopefully that's not being washed out by the camera there. If so, I'll edit it. Okay, Raucous Riot. So what is this for? Well, it's a little bit deceiving. Surprise, it's peace, okay? It's peace. I'll ruin it for you guys, all right? It is not actually to have a raucous riot. This is an interesting energy that's come through here in this message. Surprise, it's peace. I love this. We've got a little bit of cheeky, well, maybe Gemini, right? Trickster energy that's coming through on this. I feel like we're in the middle of a raucous riot, right? Regardless of where we live right now. It's definitely noisy, and it's definitely not appreciated, right? Not here, not today. Surprise, it's peace. So how do we utilize this symbol? Well, first I was told I open at the close. This would be the third eye here opening as the physical eyes are closing. So to picture this or to draw it on the third eye here, picturing it is fine in meditation. Drawing it if it's easier for you to hold the literal image there rather than to picture it in your mind's eye. The instruction that I was given here, I actually love this, the first time something like this has come through, to listen to Imagine by the Beatles. So you can literally listen to this if you would like a little bit of like a script here. What this symbol is for bringing in the peace that we desire in the middle of this raucous riot, okay? So the song Imagine does a really good job of going through different detail. Imagine all the people, right? No religion, no war, etc., etc. Whatever peace looks like to you, whatever this world of peace looks like to you, the point of this is to bring that in based on visualization with the help of this symbol. The next thing, so love that, you guys. Feel free to take advantage of that. The next thing that came through right after that was ratify. So to ratify, this feels a bit on the pulse with things that are going on globally right now, politically. I'm here in the United States, and we all know what's happening here, right? To ratify, so this is to give a formal consent. It can be in the form of something like a treaty, an agreement. It makes something valid by physically signing something, giving it consent. So dovetailing off of the symbol here, I love, we're giving consent to bring peace. We're giving consent to bring a different reality into the reality that we're experiencing right now. And Sagittarius being the tip of the spear, you guys are the point of entry for popping whatever bubble, right? Whatever action is to be taken next. This is Sagittarius energy. It's time to move, baby. It's time to move. Sometimes, like I said there in the beginning, keeping your head down is not exactly what it looks like. And we'll get into this here too. Along the lines of the raucous riot, sometimes peace looks different than what we expected it to look like, or we need to bring that into a situation where it doesn't look like peace fits, right? Right. Okay. So, yes. All right. We'll move into the oracle cards here. The Citadel Oracle is what I felt called to work with. 3 of them came through. So the Sleeper, cause and effect. This, I love that there's the closed eye imagery on there too. This reminds us that there is cause and effect. A decision that's been made in the past is now having its effect. There are ramifications to every action that's been taken on the personal level, on the global level as well, community and self. There's not a separation, as within, so without, which I love with this symbol, because it is as within, so without too, as without, so within. Our surroundings do have an effect on us as well. We're being asked to flip the tables here, to take the bridle back. Ooh, okay. With clarity here, though, the book talks about clairvoyant dreams. So along the lines of the symbol here, too, bringing something from the dream realm into this reality. I do feel like there is, this is tricky right now, because as we do look around us, it's a bunch of bullshit, right? It's a bunch of bullshit. It's difficult to imagine a world that doesn't exist yet. And yet, this is what we need to do to create a new world, whether this is a personal effect or more of a global community, like I said. So the next one that came through here, the hunter, sure-footedness and predestination. So this, I feel, as I was reading in the book here, it mentions the hunter or the prey here, like putting their head down in order to get to safer ground. Now's not the time to take in the scenery, to enjoy the beauty. While it's important always to enjoy the beauty around us, that is not the message that's here. What I took from that is whatever is going on around us is not what we need to fall into as far as a trap. We are moving to where we are predestined. We are moving to the quarry, is the way they put that, the safe space that's there. To keep our heads down, to keep our physical eyes closed, but our third eye open here, it is not that we're keeping our head down and ignoring what's going on. This is a form of consent. And what an act of revolution, right? What a revolutionary act to create peace, to carve out space for peace, when that's the last thing that we see around us. And this is not to excuse anything that is not acceptable right now, okay? Just to be very clear. We're talking about what's coming, okay? Last one here, the enchanter, deception and trickery. So this is where the component of the lie being caught comes through. Well, there's a lot of deception and trickery happening right now. It feels like, especially with Ratify, that was such an interesting one to come through. It feels like something's moving, you guys. And this is because we are also moving. As within, so without, okay? It feels like as without has been affecting as within for long enough. It will continue to be that way, but we're being reminded to balance the equation, totally. Which is very much what the symbol looks like here. Bringing some balance in, okay? All right, let's move forward. Do you want to do the animals? Yes, okay. All right, Wild Unknown Animal Archetype deck here. So, general energy for Sagittarius here to start, please. The crocodile, this has come through for both Scorpio and Virgo as well. I did them yesterday. Crocodile. So there is this action of like wait to act. The crocodile here keeps its mouth open, waits patiently for the right moment to strike, right? There has been a component of time coming through several messages, like I said. The lamb here at the bottom, speaking of a message, this is a message. It says a soft, quiet, but persistent message that will be or continue to be persistent until we hear it. This comes in the quiet of the night. Ooh, so vague it's vogue, right? Okay, Spirit for Sagittarius right now. What is blocked? What is blocked for Sagittarius right now? The elk. Fox here at the bottom too. I feel like somebody may be struggling with somebody, either you being the fox here or someone else being a person who was slipped away from a situation, usually symbolizing a partner here in this deck. Somebody's feeling a little bit forlorn, heartbroken towards something. Okay. What's blocked here? The elk. This is the divine masculine principle. This is interesting that we have the crocodile and the general wait to act. And then what is blocked here is, well, action, taking action. I do feel like there is a timing component to something right now, you guys. Prime in the pump is what I'm hearing with this practice of peace. It looks like a raucous riot, but it's actually a practice of peace, okay? Spirit knows I love a good alliteration. This does not feel like there's anything that needs to be done as far as unblocking this. It will be unblocked when the time is right. To prepare, okay. Prepare to practice peace, you guys. Trip P, 3 Ps. What does Sagittarius need right now? Octopus, bear here at the bottom too. I do feel like, okay, when the bear comes through, we're coming out of hibernation, essentially. There's a call to limber up, to stretch. We've been hibernating or stuck away, maybe in repose. We're waiting, right? And action is coming forward here. We're being reminded here to loosen up, okay? We're not going to go from inaction to action. It feels like this is a period of time of preparation. So octopus, as far as what we need, this is boundaries. Physical, emotional, spiritual. Where do we end and where does another begin? I do feel like to a degree, this is a dissolution of boundaries when we're talking about bringing in peace. When we all dream the same dream, well, we all dreamed the same dream, didn't we? We have yet to get on that page, though. I do feel like there is a request to watch people that are draining us. When we hang out with friends or family and we are drained after the fact, this is octopus energy at play. Maybe we're doing that for others and people are running away from us, right? This is a call to check boundaries. To go inside first, okay? All right, let's move forward here. Any other oracle? You do want one of these, okay. This is a new deck I got, actually, for my birthday. Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. So, can we pull one here for Sagittarius? Rat meow. What does Saggy need to know? Which one? You want both, okay. All right, I'm here for it. Okay, ooh, love that. Merkaba being the first one here. 32. Ooh, yes. And then Passion, 34. I'm going to read these real quick here, you guys. So the frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. We're using the symbol here too. I love that. We're literally hauling that reality in, okay? It's got lost in a tree somewhere. We're going to retrieve it. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. Right on point. And passion, the frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Love that. Raucous riot to practice of peace. Boom. I'm out. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Tarot here. Where do we want to go? Yep. I do want to use Catacorn. This is a new deck here as well. So if you're new with the signs, if you just caught me on the collective readings, I do use 2 decks here for the individual signs. So what do we have for Sagittarius? To start, we'll be looking at your hopes and dreams. What is Sagittarius hoping for, dreaming for? Mr. Sandman. Strength, of course. So your hope at this time is strength. This is love winning over hate. Hey, peace winning over chaos, right? Or a riot. Our higher self, very gently and lovingly, assisting that lower animal experience. The divinity within us, assisting what it means to be human. Maybe a little bit of an intervention. Courage, though. I feel that. Okay, let's keep moving forward. Which deck? Deviant Moon? Yeah, let's do it. So for Sagittarius here, this will be your fears, fear aversion. What do we have going on for Sagittarius right now, please? Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Well, well, do you want me to stop there? No, we'll just talk about it. Okay. Ten of Swords is what falls out. Don't that look precarious? This is we've had as much pain as we can handle here. All pain, no gain. It's time to move from this raucous riot to peace. We can't. It can't take any more, Captain. It's time to move away from that disastrous morass. This does take action. Okay, we'll get into that. We'll get into that because that is what's blocked right now. All right, for Sagittarius, please, Spirit. This one, okay. Hey, Nine of Swords, why not? Right before the Ten of Swords. This is anxiety. There's fear. It's a part of this here. Insomnia. Mourning can be a component of this too. I feel like for those of you that, with that fox, this is a person that's been lost or we separated from. I do feel like there is some mourning that's happening, that separation. But overall, the fear or concern here right now is we are stuck in this damn nightmare. I go to sleep, I'm terrified. I wake up and watch the news. I'm terrified, right? I'm not saying I am personally. This is collectively, right? And to have fear is not a failure. With strength here, though, this is why strength comes through. Fear will always exist. It will never go away. We can build that muscle of strength, though, and courage to help counterbalance that. All right, let's get into it. Saggy, I'll pull these out here. So, general energy to start for Sagittarius. Two of Swords. Stalemate is what I'm hearing. You feeling a bit stuck? I do feel like with this elk energy in the blocked area, you want to move. You are ruled by Jupiter, right, Sagittarius? The planet of movement and expansion. This is your natural state to expand, to breach expansion. And I feel like this is what we're on the precipice of doing. A decision needs to be made here. I feel like, hurry up and wait. There's a decision that needs to be made to wait. These two swords can symbolize, 1717 on the timer, can symbolize two immovable forces. There are forces at play right now, whether this is in the macro or the micro, our individual lives too. This is why we're being asked to wait. Only time can move these, okay? Okay, we'll get into that a little bit further here too. Seven of Swords, okay. So in this deck in particular, this is diplomacy, can be diplomacy, a sneaky theft, betrayal kind of energy, taking only what's needed. In this imagery in particular, they're balancing those Two of Swords, this decision, or the two immovable forces, the two sides, right? There's a frayed part in the rope. And if this person isn't careful, they're going to hurt themselves. If they move too quickly or move at all, they may cause themselves injury. I feel like this is what we're balancing right now. Again, regardless of where you are, and if this is collective or personal, there's a pause. So things are shifting. The pilot is either taking off or descending here, and we need to be buckled in. Things are shifting through this journey right now. Okay, interesting. One of these, okay. What else here, please, in the general for Sagittarius? And I am so flippin' tired, you guys. I don't know if you guys are struggling with some sleepiness, but I certainly am. So pardon if I'm not. Or maybe I am. I don't know. I get weird when I'm tired. So, Vulture, depression, anxiety. Oh, I don't mean to laugh. Depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. I feel like this worry is not unfounded. We're pushing up against these immovable forces. It's hard not to get to a point of going like, what the fuck did I do? Why is everything against me, right? And that's not what this is about. That's not what this is about. To not take it so personally. Okay. Oh yeah, with that Merkaba vehicle too. Things may have shifted in transit. The Merkaba is our energetic vehicle for travel, as I said. Okay, let's move into the good stuff for you guys right now. What's good going on for Sagittarius? Five of Wands. What I'm hearing is you'll come out on top. You got this. You'll come out on top. Five of Wands is a card of competitiveness. Nobody's drawing blood. None of these catacorns, these cat unicorns are drawing blood. There might be a couple bruises, but they're learning from them. I feel like whatever it is that you're going through right now, the strife, the trials and tribulations, are honing your skills. And in this regard, I feel like we're talking about patience, especially. A Sagittarius that's honed the skill of patience too. Ooh. Watch out, right? Knowing when to act and knowing when not to. That's an effective Sagittarius, right? Okay. What else here, please, in the good stuff? King of Pentacles comes through. Okay. I don't want to say like the lottery is what's coming through. That's very interesting. Maybe I will just say lottery. The lottery is what's coming through. Maybe someone's winning the lottery. It just seems like an odd thing to come through, Spirit. The King of Pentacles is a very generous, abundant individual. They have a lot to give, both literally, like physically, financially, also knowledge. Excellent protector, partner, and friend. I feel like this is an energy, if this isn't you yet, this is you in training. Oh my God, this is you in training. You're being trained, Padawan. Okay. It feels like there is an individual here, though, that is like a mentor of some sort. Maybe somebody you watch on YouTube. Maybe this is a friend. Maybe you've started a mentorship program with somebody. I feel this energy being transferred to you, though. Through some bruises, though, okay? The King of Pentacles can be an energy that annoys people who aren't ready for that energy, though. Align yourself to the vibration of abundance. As we're looking at moving from the raucous riot to peace here too, opening up to receive, getting ready to receive, you guys. Can you tell me a little bit more on that, please? What's being received? What's being received? Well, I like that. Okay, coins, money will be coming to you. That seems pretty clear. Love that. And also dog. A doggo, protection from a powerful friend. So yes, I'm going to double down on that, you guys. This King of Pentacles is somebody that you know. Either personally, they are a friend here, an ally. If this is somebody you watch, you know, you don't physically know them. They're in your corner. You got some power in your corner now, some ammunition in your camp. And money coming to you. Snaps for Saggy. I love that. I'll do this one. Okay. Anything else there in the good stuff for Sagittarius right now, please? Hey, illusion. There's fear here too. Fear, like I said, fear will persist. We will. The goal is to not get rid of fear. The goal is to push through fear, to give ourselves evidence that it's not, that fear is what we are fearing, right? But we can't evaluate that situation. The human brain cannot get to that point unless we put ourselves in situations where we are breaking through the illusion of fear. And we did have that here too with the enchanter, deception and trickery. The lie will be caught. The lie here, I feel, you guys, is to do with fear mongering. The fear that we fear is the fear that we feel is not an accident. This is a special recipe. Interesting. Ooh. Gross. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, this is a special recipe, you guys. To recognize that somebody had to spark this amount of fear. I'm not saying be obtuse and stick our head in the sand at all. What I'm saying is we have got to find a way to overcome the grip that fear has on us. This is how we're moving from the raucous riot to peace. This does seem to be coming from somebody, though. Instruction, direction, that sort of thing. Ooh, anything else there on this component here, please, Spirit? Boundaries, know when to put up and let down your walls. Love that. Obsession here at the bottom, focusing too much on one situation, the need to take a step back. And then also fear, expecting the worst, afraid of failure, wasting time on negative thoughts. I feel like the reason why there's a wait right now before acting. Wait, don't act. Is because we are still sifting through that fear. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. It sounds like, I don't know, my neighbor's doing Zumba or something. The bodies hit the floor. Oh my God, Spirit. Okay, thank you. Boundaries and fear. So a part of what we need here, boundaries wise, is with our own fear, with our own ego, which is a safety mechanism. We're not demonizing it, but we are certainly going to change the conversation. Okay, I want to know what we don't see coming here. What may take us by surprise, or what's in the dark, what we don't see coming. Six of Pentacles. What goes around, goes around, goes around, comes all the way back around. Giving and receiving, okay? I do feel like I'm getting like breadcrumbs. So a part of the lie that's being exposed here is what has been passed off as a meal or food, maybe literally even. I meant it a little bit more figurative, but here in the United States anyway, holy moly, pretty sure we're just like a social experiment for what can we pass off as food without it actually being food. So what we don't see coming here is a balancing effect. Receiving something that we need and seeing through an illusion here on how we have been breadcrumbed. I am getting back to the Two of Swords here. Like red and blue, I know there's usually two major sides in any political system. Well, that has a democratic process or a voting process of any sort. But there's so many more options than just the two. And I feel like that's a part of the illusion here, you guys. Not even just saying specifically here in my country, but anywhere. The Two of Swords can symbolize there are two decisions, but there's also a third. If we take this blindfold off here, if we break through the illusion, we can see that there are other options. Real quickly, and then we close our eyes again and create that, right? With the symbol. Okay, let's keep moving forward here. What else we don't see coming? Five of Cups. So this is disappointment. I am going to double down on that, you guys, with the breadcrumbing. I feel like we're seeing through a lie. We've been lied to for a hot minute, and we've lied to ourselves, too. We've allowed ourselves to be lied to, and we've allowed ourselves to lie to ourselves. In order to... Where did we have that? The fear. In order to remain comfortable. So when the Nine of Swords comes through, and this is our fear, we have to face the swords. The blanket or the quilt that's over their lap symbolizes just enough comfort that we don't face it. We got to face it, okay? We got to face it, Sagittarius. You know your mission if you choose to accept it. So disappointment here. Something that has been lost. Identifying that. Okay, yeah, this is a part of like we're being given something, being pissed on, and it's being called rain. Okay. All right, what else here that we don't see coming? Was that song? I see red. Key. The key, you guys, the key. Successful outcome to your problems. Yes. It starts with seeing through this illusion, though. And like I said, whether this is collective, macro, or micro individually for you guys, it feels like we're breaking through illusions. Whatever decisions have been made in the past, bet there is an effect. There is a repercussion to every decision, every action, every thought, every emotion. So whether this is us or somebody around us here, if you want to look at that as comeuppance or karma, although that's not exactly what karma is, cause and effect, we can look at emotionless, certainly. I love that, you guys. Successful outcome. Yeehaw. Anything else here, what we don't see coming? Happiness. New discoveries that lead to celebrations. Love yourself first. Go inside. So we're starting inside here and creating the realm that we want so that we can experience this outside. This does start with loving ourselves first, making that decision to close our eyes, to keep our head down, right? Keep our head down, like I said, not in the way that you think. Eyes on the prize, Sagittarius. And this is something you're good at. Let's talk about what your challenge is. What are you not so good at right now? Okay. Okay. Justice. Well. This can, karma, certainly karma. Maybe you are somebody who's stuck on this idea of balancing the scales yourself. And I'm like, we're not talking about not being able to display anger or passion or, feeling however you do towards something that was a slight, real or perceived, right? It's the attachment to the outcome. It's the attachment to the outcome. We can have a want or a desire, but we must release from the outcome if it is to be in any way. This can certainly be something legal too, and with having ratify come in. We have those two of swords, though. The mice are holding the two swords. These are the forces outside of our control. Okay, this is why it's challenging. Okay, so this is the moment just before, I know they've turned into birds here, but just before the swords meet, before the sword fight begins, right? Patience, like I said earlier. A patient Sagittarius, a Sagittarius that knows when to move. That's the Sagittarius I want in my corner. For sure, for sure. I feel like you can see the outcome to something and you just want to go to there, right? What else here, please? The Tower. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, Justice in the Tower. So, the tower's already coming down, you guys. A very ancient and archaic tower is already on its way down. But this does take some time. It took some time to be built, right? It's going to take some time to come down. I feel like blood boiling. Flames. That's what I'm feeling. Flames. What movie is that from? Flames. You're just wanting to get to that point where the pain is done, where justice has been exacted, where balance has been struck. What I'm seeing is like the clock. Oh, interesting. The clock is just about to strike midnight. Ooh. Okay. Like Santa's coming to town, right? Remembering, when we were kids. I know not everybody celebrates Christmas, but Hanukkah, your birthday, right? The excitement when we were a kid of what we're going to receive the next day. Especially when it came to like magic. I know I could never sleep. It wasn't about the presents, but I just thought it was so, am I going to hear Santa? Right? That whole process. Like you're impatiently waiting because what's coming next you can feel has some really beautiful substance to it. And apparently money, you guys, someone's getting some money. Money, 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 money. What else here in the challenge, please? Teardrops. Great personal sorrow. I feel like there has already been loss, certainly. Fair man. Dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Maybe, I don't know, a bronzer the shade of pumpkin, perhaps. Maybe. Great personal sorrow. I do feel like there are things that have been lost, but there's something else here with this tower coming down. Can you give me, the crows, can you give me a little bit more about that, please? Or advice? What do we do about that, please, for Sagittarius? Self-interest. Okay. And preparation. Hey, we were talking about that. Prepare for peace, you guys. Use the symbol. Prepare for peace. It may feel against what you naturally want to do, especially if there's passion and aggression, because there has been injustice. I'm not saying sit down and take anything. I'm saying let's pull out the magician's wand and create something new. Self-interest coming through here. I do feel like there's an encouragement as we're pausing and waiting, Saggy, to be a little selfish. Selfish is not a bad word. It only is when somebody wants something from you that you're not willing to give, right? Energy-wise. It feels like it's important to turn inward right now. To brace the inner child. Ooh, okay. All right, I'm going to pull one of these and then we'll get a last oracle card here and I'll sign off. For your challenge, expansion. There you are. There you are. And patience, manifestations are on the way. Yep, I take that as confirmation. Expansion, pursue bigger and greater endeavors. I feel like, just like the archer here, you need to be pulled back in order to be thrust forward. So we're coming inside, just like a plant in the fall or winter, or its dormant cycle, depending on where you live. Leaves are shed, the energy comes back to the core so that the time for growth, it's able to push it back out and grow. This is what I'm seeing you're doing right now, Sagittarius. Okay, you want a blue angel? Okay. Blue angel oracle here for Sagittarius, then we'll get the hell out of here. Last piece for Sagittarius, please. And I don't do extendeds here on the signs at this time. I do for the collective readings, so feel free to check out membership if you're interested in that. Ooh, oh goodness, love this. Okay, 2 did come out here. Lapis Excelsis to start. This is, well, I would see this as your card, Temperance. 2 extremes, every opposite has its extreme. In the middle of a raucous riot here, peace already exists. It's intertwined. Look how beautiful that is. To remember this. Dragon magic. Okay. Dragon magic. I am going to read this from the book just because I feel it's important too. I don't want to fuck it up. That's a powerful card. That's a powerful card. Good fortune, you guys. The dragon's fortune. This card represents a portal through which dragon consciousness can interact with human consciousness. That's why the symbol's coming through. I have all the chills. Ooh. Dragon consciousness is becoming more and more accessible. The powers of the elements, air, water, fire, and earth, are called upon to restore balance. Dragon brings good fortune and magically transforms a situation in your life. Call upon reason, strength, and self-assurance, and through dragon energy, these powers will be granted to you. This auspicious time brings favorable and tangible results. Yes! Oh, I love it. I love it. Yay. Sagittarius, I hope this message is helpful. Thank you guys for joining me here. I do have personal readings open. If you are looking for a little bit of additional help with something specific you're going through, I'd love to help you. Links are in the description of the video as well as pinned comment for my website. And I am accepting applications for my mentorship program. I may be able to get another in this next month. If you're interested in some additional help there too, I'd love to help you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, you guys, if this does resonate with you. I appreciate your participation. I love to hear from you. And I'm excited to continue growing here with you. Okay? Please take care of yourselves. I love you. And we'll talk soon. Be well.